Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of the Groovy Gold Hunter. This is a special edition. We'll call it the Super Bowl edition because over here to my left, Super Bowl game's on. But we're not here to do that. I thought I'd do something a little different. Been watching YouTube videos like I normally do and see all these new innovations and things that people do on YouTube. And I noticed this, what is it called? Tiermaker. So they have this thing now where you can make a tier and you can rate things, whether it be music, movies, whatever. You can rank whatever you want. And I thought, that would kind of be a cool thing for me to do with pay dirts that I've done over the past, well, since I've been doing this. So that's exactly what I did. I made a Tiermaker, and I'm going to rate each one that I've done. I cannot include any ones that I have not done because I don't have any info on that. So what I did, I pulled every pay dirt company that I've ever bought from. I've bought a lot of them more than once, so I'm only going to rank them one time. But every different pay dirt company that I've done, I will rank them. We'll see how it goes. I've never done this before and I really don't know how to do it. It seems pretty cut and dry, pretty simple, so we'll give it a try. So yeah, let's roll the intro and then we will get into ranking pay dirts. Why not? Alright guys, so welcome to the Tiermaker Pay Dirt Edition. These pay dirts are every pay dirt that I have done and reviewed and put on YouTube. I pulled every one of them that I have done and made little logos for them, and I'm going to rank each and every single one of them from what I think is the greatest all the way down to what I think is just absolutely terrible. And there is no chronological order, there is no alphabetical order. These are the way they downloaded to my computer, so this is how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go straight down the line here. Now there are two pay dirts on here that I did review that are no longer in business, but since I have reviewed them before, I'm going to include them even though they are no longer around. With that being said, let's start with our first one, and that is AU Alchemist from eBay. Alright, so AU Alchemist was... I've only done them one time and I did not like it at all. So I'm going to put them in the terrible. And the reason why is very simple. When I did that pay dirt review, there was about 1,500 of a gram of gold, and then there was all of this other questionable stuff that looked like pyrite and probably was pyrite. It definitely wasn't gold, and all that added up to like a half a gram. It was just not good because the gold that I know was gold, it would have given me like a 15 to 20% return, and then all of that pyrite and other metals that look like gold but definitely wasn't gold, it would have made it about a 50% return. Now they also had like gemstones and minerals and stuff in their pay dirt, but yeah, the whole thing with the gold and all that pyrite and all that gold looking stuff, it just made it a terrible pay dirt. All right, next up is GPAA, or Gold Prospectors Association of America. They have pay dirt that they sell on their website. They're basically a membership. They have claims throughout the United States. If you are a member, you can go to their claims and you can go dig for gold yourself. I have done that one time in Georgia. They have a claim in Buchanan, Georgia, and I have done that once. That's the only time I've ever used them, and I am a member. See, I got my bumper sticker right there. But they do sell pay dirt. Now they sell different types of pay dirt, and I've bought from them a couple of times, and it's not that great. It's below average, definitely, so we're going to put them in the below average tier. Less than 50% I consider below average, and they were definitely less than 50% when I did their pay dirt. So yeah, that's where they're going. But they also sell pay dirt equipment. Their big thing is their membership. You can get a lifetime membership. They have these deals where you can get pay dirts with your membership. You can get metal detectors, gold panning, gold mining equipment, stuff like that. So it's really not a pay dirt company as much as it is they own claims, and if you're a member you can go to their claims and pan. That's what they're known for. Next up is Irwin's Pay Dirt. I love this pay dirt, one of my favorites. They definitely go up here in the really good. I could have put great instead of putting really good. I could have gone greatest, great, good, average, but really good is also great. Love their pay dirt, always gets 80 to 90% when I've bought their pay dirt. I bought it, I think, twice, maybe 3 times, and it's been great both times. You get 3 pounds of pay dirt. Really do love their pay dirt. So yeah, they definitely go into really good category. Okay, so these next two are together on purpose, and that is Big Texas Prospecting and Black Mass Pay Dirt. I'm putting them both in the really good category, but I'm not going to say why, because I have not done their pay dirt review and uploaded it on YouTube yet. I've already done them. I like them both. That's all I'll say about them. So they go in the really good category. Stay tuned for both of those because I'm working on them as we speak. But yeah, they're both really good pay dirts. And both of them I've never bought before. That was the first time I bought both of those, and I just bought them like a month ago. So there you go. Okay, so this next one, which is Miners Depot, is no longer in business. And I was going back and forth whether I should even include them, but since I have previously done a pay dirt review on them, I thought it was fair to go ahead and rank them since I've done them before. Again, they're no longer in business. I hope one day they go back in business because they are in the greatest category. I've never done a better pay dirt up till I did some other ones here recently that we'll talk about later, but it was the only pay dirt company that did not guarantee a certain amount of gold, but every time you bought it, you got 90, 100%, sometimes 105%. I bought from them 4 or 5 times. I love that pay dirt. That was by far my favorite. If they were still in business to this day, they would be my favorite pay dirt. I hate that they're not in business anymore, but man, I love them. They are definitely in the greatest category. Okay, so next up is Sold for Gold, which is an eBay pay dirt vendor, whatever you want to call them. They sell all of their pay dirt straight from eBay. I've bought several from eBay because I was trying to find new pay dirts, and most of eBay pay dirts that I bought were either average or not that great. This one was an exception. They go in a really good category, and I've only bought 1 pay dirt bag from them. As a matter of fact, I've actually bought 2, but I have yet to pan the second one. It's sitting on my desk down in the garage ready to be panned, but the first time I panned them I got 81% return. And what's great about them, or what I find fascinating about them, is if you look at their description on eBay, he makes it a point to tell us as a consumer that he does not search his pay dirt. When he says it is unsearched pay dirt, he means that it is unsearched pay dirt. He goes on this kind of a rant on his description how other pay dirt companies will claim to have unsearched pay dirt, and yet they seed the dirt with more gold and add more gold to it. And his whole thing is he doesn't seed it, he doesn't look at it, he digs it, he throws it in a bag, he sells it. If that's the case, I gotta give him props for that, especially when I got 81%. I'll be interested to see what I get on this second time around. But until I do that, right now they're in the really good category. Yeah, I was impressed with that, especially coming from eBay. Next up is K&K's K-Dirt, or I think it's Andy K's. All these logos that you see that look like this right here, this K&K's and Sold for Gold, they didn't have a logo that I could copy and put on my tier thing, so I just made one up. K&K's, I believe I got around 45 to 50% on my return, so we're going to put them in the average because it was average. What I did like about that pay dirt was they gave me like 6 pounds of pay dirt, and yeah, I got around 50% return, and that is definitely an average pay dirt. Another eBay one, and that was right there in the middle. Next up is Sluice Boy Prospecting, and this is another Georgia pay dirt that I've seen on Amazon. I believe I've seen them on eBay as well, and also seen them on the Shop Pay app, or the Shop app, where you can buy pay dirt from there as well. I'm putting them in the average, and I'm going to put them in front of K-Dirt because actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to put them in the good category. Over 50%, I think I got 56% on them. I enjoyed that pay dirt. Georgia's got a very specific type of pay dirt. They're very quartzy, not a whole lot of magnetic material, a little bit of black sands, but it's very familiar dirt. I like that one. They sell on Amazon. He also has his own website that he sells it, and I've bought from them a couple times. So yeah, it's a good pay dirt. And Georgia gold is always great gold. Sluice Boy Prospecting gets their gold from Georgia. I'm sure they dredge it, and yeah, good gold. Next up is Pay Streak Prospecting, another eBay product or place they sell their pay dirt, and they're going into below average. because I've bought them twice and they're consistent, but they're under that 50%. I think the first one I got was 43%. Second one might have been 45 and 48%. So they're kind of, I might move them up in the average later. Depends on what my tier looks like. But for right now, we're putting them in the below average because they're under 50%. And I consider that below average. I always try to buy a company twice to see how they are as far as consistency. And both times they were consistent, but they, again, 45% range. Next up is Indiana Pay Dirt. This is from prospectinggear.com. They sell equipment, kilns, dredges, panning stuff. I'm going to put them in the good category, and I'm going to put them in front of Sluice Boy. And they would be in the really good category had it not been for the second pay dirt that I bought from them and the debacle that was my second time panning them. The first time I panned, they guaranteed 1.25 grams. I got 1.2500 grams. Second time I bought from them, they guaranteed me 2 grams, and I got 0.8 of a gram, and half of it was pyrite. But what they did do was, after I called or emailed them or something and complained about it, they sent me another pay dirt. They made it right. It was 2.000 grams. To the thousand, it was 2 grams. So yeah, I'll put them in the good category because they made it right. Had they not made it right, they would have been in the terrible category, because if you guaranteed gold, you make sure that you put that amount in there. Anytime I see a large amount of pyrite, especially when it's yellow pyrite, that just sends red flags to me that they're trying to pass it off as gold. Now, I'm not saying they did that, but it just looks that way. So I'll put them in the good category because, again, he made it right. I haven't bought from them since, but I'll probably buy another bag from them in the near future. All right, next up is Bering Sea Pay Dirt. I really like this pay dirt. I'm trying to think of where I'm going to put it. I'm kind of jamming up the really good category, but I'm going to stick it in front of Sold for Gold and put them right behind Big Texas Black Mass. It's guaranteed a gram of gold, so I got that gram. What I loved about it was all of the extras that she put in it. It's from Emily Rydell, who is on that Bering Sea Gold TV show. She sells vials of gold, and she also sells a little bit of pay dirt as well. And I bought a pay dirt bag from her on the shop app. It was kind of expensive. I think it was like $100 for 1 gram of gold guaranteed, but it came with Bering Sea pay dirt. It was black sands. You can tell that it came straight from their beaches. The stickers that she put in the bag, the stickers were really cool. I'm a big sucker for stickers. Yeah, she even put this aluminum card in that gave you kind of a history on what she does in that area. So I found that really cool as well. So I gave her extra credit for that. Otherwise, I probably would have put her in just the good category, but no, it was really good pay dirt. It was not a whole lot of pay dirt. I think I panned that out in like 5 minutes. But you know, again, I love the fact that it came from the Bering Sea. I love that whole aspect about it. So yeah, I put that in a really good category. So next up is goldnuggetsales.com, and I apologize for my little icon here, but trust me, it is goldnuggetsales.com. I do kind of I copy their logos, and then when I put it in this Tiermaker, it kind of just boxed it in. Yeah, it doesn't show its whole logo, but yeah, it's goldnuggetsales.com. I've bought several bags from this guy, and as a matter of fact, I'm waiting on another one. He gets this pay dirt from all these different areas. He's a gold dealer. He sells gold nuggets as well as gold pay dirt. He's always had great pay dirts. He's always in that 80 to 90% range when it comes to return on investment. Yeah, every time I've bought from him, it's always been great pay dirt. So yeah, he's definitely up there in one of the greatest tiers. Not as good as Miners Depot when they were in business, but yeah, he's one of the top gold pay dirt producers in at least this country. Okay, so next up is Lynch Mining. This is another one of those that is no longer in business, and man, when they were in business, they were a good pay dirt company, and they just fell off the face of the earth. Still don't know what happened with that, but I'm going to put them in the good category, and I'm going to put them behind the other two because I bought 3 or 4 different pay dirts, probably more than that, from Lynch Mining. They were always horrible when it come to getting pay dirt to you. It always took forever. The last time I purchased one from that company, I bought 2 pay dirt bags, and I won one of those raffles where he does a raffle, and I never got my pay dirt. Never got my raffle, never got any of my pay dirts. They never returned my calls. They all of a sudden just disappeared. I'm not going to rate them because of that. I'm going to rate them from the previous ones that I've gotten from them. They guaranteed gold. It was always in there. They were one of the better pay dirt companies at the time, but now that they're no longer there. Next up is Prospectors Gold and Gems. This was a weird pay dirt, and I'm going to put them in the average. When I bought it, it was more my fault, I guess, because I bought the bag, and when I bought it, it said treasure hunt bag, and when I looked at the description, it said there will be gold, possibility of silver, and gemstones, coins, jewelry. It had a hodgepodge of different things that you could find in the pay dirt, and that's exactly what I found. I found old looking jewelry, a bunch of worn down coins. They were old coins, but there was a bunch of coins, 1 piece of gold, a bar of silver, some flakes of silver as well. Had it not been for that 1 piece of gold, it was only 1 piece of gold, but it was a nugget, and it was not, it was a specimen because it had quartz in it and everything. It was a pretty piece of gold. When I did that review, I tried to do a value on it, which was really hard to do. With the silver and gold, I could definitely value, but then you had these little coins. I don't know anything about coins and how to value them. I tried to do that. So I gave some kind of average of what I thought, and it came out to about 80%. I think I paid $100 for that bag, and I think I valued it somewhere around $80. So I'm gonna put it in the average category because even though I think I got about 80% return, most of that stuff I couldn't do anything with anyway, and I know I couldn't get what I priced it for. So yeah, definitely average, but it was called Treasure Hunt. I know they have different bags and different types of pay dirts, so I'm guessing I got the hodgepodge pay dirt, so we'll put that in average just because of that. So next up is Klesh. Klesh is one of the more popular YouTubers that basically buys gold and resells it, and he makes his own pay dirt bags. And all of his pay dirts that I've bought, and I've bought several because he sells them on Amazon, and he has his own website. Now, to my fault, I never bought from his website. I always bought on Amazon because it was easier and quicker for me to be able to get it. But when I would do that, my gold average was in that 50% range as far as return. All of his pay dirts were guaranteed, and everything that he guaranteed was in there, so you know exactly what you were getting. So for that, he goes into the good category. I would put him definitely right there. Again, 50% to 60%. I know he did bonus bags. The one thing that always made me mad, and it's jokingly made me mad, was he's also a guitar guy. He builds guitars, and he would throw picks in his pay dirt bags when he sold them, but not everybody would get a pick, and I think I bought 5 bags from him. Never got a pick, and I'm a guitar player, so go figure. All right, so next up is Kenai Gold, and another Amazon purchase. Bought them a couple times, and they're about the same, about 50% return. Not great, but not bad. I'm gonna put them in the average category. I think they're a little bit better than K&Ks and the Prospector Golden Gems, but again, I know I paid $65 for the last bag I bought and got about $32 worth of gold, so they're always right there on that 50% mark. We'll give them the average category. All right, next up is another pay dirt that I've gotten from Amazon several times. As a matter of fact, this is one of the first pay dirts I've ever bought. This is what got me into doing pay dirts, and it is called California Motherlode Pay Dirt. These are these silver bags that I've always seen on Amazon, and I think they also sell them on eBay. I haven't seen them anywhere else besides those two. But this particular bag that I bought was not that bad. It was average. I think it gave me right around that 50% mark as well. So not great, but not terrible. So we'll put them right there in the average part as well. So next up is J&J Prospecting. I don't know if this is their logo, but I saw that on the internet, so I grabbed it. This is another eBay item that I purchased, and I'm putting them in the below average because I got, I think, 40% return. Wasn't that great of a pay dirt, not a whole lot of gold in there. I think I paid somewhere around the $60 range and got less than $30 back. Matter of fact, I think I got like 20 something dollars back. You know, another one of those eBay pay dirt, a little bit below average. Next up, if you've seen my other logos down here at the bottom, I kind of switched them around a little bit because I wanted to get this one out of the way, so I moved it ahead. Golden pay dirt, man, oh man, they are like the coup de grace of terrible pay dirt. They are like the commercial crappy pay dirt, freaking the worst. Putting them in the terrible. It's almost like a Ponzi scheme. It's almost like a, what do you call those things back in the day? The pyramid schemes, where they would take your money and promise you all these things and never deliver. That's golden pay dirt. Man, they have got the gold pay dirt racket going. They have so much money invested in commercializing their product and talking it up like it's the greatest thing ever. They used to put cards in pay dirt bags that said if you gave them a positive feedback, they would send you a free bag, until Amazon stopped that. You see them on Amazon, you see them on eBay, you see them on ShopPay. If there is an outlet that sells anything, you better believe that golden pay dirt is involved. Boy, they're awful. Everything that's bad about a business, they are it. And I don't care who knows it. They're just the worst pay dirt vendor company out there. Even when people have caught on with how bad they are, they changed their game by naming them different pay dirts. Golden Badger, Jackpot, horrible pay dirt. So next up is Montana Prospectors, another eBay pay dirt that I purchased, and this was a bad one. What's even worse about it is I was trying to get pay dirts, and I bought this 20 pounds worth of pay dirt. I think I got 20% return on investment. Did not get much out of that 20 pounds of pay dirt. And then I turned around and bought it again, thinking it was a different pay dirt company because they have different pictures when they show their pay dirts on eBay. Kind of deceptive, but a smaller bag, and it was just as bad, less than 25% return on investment. So yeah, they're in the terrible tier. I can't put them worse than golden pay dirt, but they were bad. But they're definitely in the terrible tier. I was just debating if I should put them in front or behind golden pay dirt, but I'm going to put them in front of golden pay dirt just because golden pay dirt's so bad in my eyes. Do not like them at all. All right, so next up is Better Pans. This is an Etsy pay dirt, and I bought this a while back, and that is in the terrible and the worst pay dirt that I have bought to date, because if you look at their description on Etsy, it said they guarantee you a half a gram of gold, the greatest pay dirt. They go to all these different states and search for gold, and they bring it back and they sell it, and they guarantee you a half a gram of gold. And when I panned it out, what I got was a quarter gram of gold and a quarter gram of pyrite that looked like that they literally have painted it gold to give it that gold look. You can't tell me that a pay dirt company that is selling gold pay dirt cannot tell the difference between pyrite and gold. It was an absolute ripoff. The fact that they guaranteed a half a gram, and I complained about it too, and I said I didn't get a half a gram of gold, I got a quarter gram of gold, a quarter gram of pyrite. Never got a response from them. So yeah, that is the worst pay dirt. Anybody who tries to pawn off pyrite as gold and guarantees a half a gram, and you literally get a half a gram of pyrite and gold, come on, you're doing it on purpose. I bought them one time, I will never buy from them again. I put them at the very, very last because of the fact that they tried to do that. It wasn't, they can't tell me that that wasn't intentional, because if you saw the review, if you saw the dirt, if you saw the gold that I pulled out of that pay dirt, it was on purpose. So yeah, they're behind golden pay dirt just because of that. Ugh. Better Pans. Okay, so next up is Gold Bay And man, oh man, oh man. I have bought from this company 6 or 7 times. Absolutely love his pay dirt. They go right up there just behind Miners Depot as far as my favorite pay dirt of all time. Never disappointed with them. Every time I've bought pay dirt from him, it's always been great. I bought my biggest bag ever of pay dirt from him, 5-gram bag. Loved it. So yeah, I love Gold Bay. I could do just pay dirt reviews on Gold Bay. I just like his pay dirt. I like what he puts out. The product is great. They're definitely in one of the greatest tiers by far. Okay, next up is Grissom Gold Mine. I'm going to put them in the good tier, but I'm going to put them at the front of the good tier because I was debating to put them in the really good tier, and the reason why I'm not is because now I have bought more pay dirt from Grissom Gold Mine than I have any pay dirt, and the reason why is because they're another one of those companies that does not guarantee a specific amount of gold. They guarantee gold, but they don't guarantee a specific amount. They give you a gallon of pay dirt every time. They have 15 to 1 concentrated, 15 gallons to 1 gallon concentrated, 30, and then 75. I've bought all 3, and you just don't know what you're going to get. I mean, I've gotten from a half a gram buying the 15 gallons to 1. I've gotten from a half a gram all the way to a gram of gold. The only thing that I didn't like about it was when I bought their 75 gallons of unconcentrated. I drove up there and bought it, had them dump it into my bins in the back of my truck, took it home, took me a couple months to pan all that stuff out. But after panning that, I only got 1.8 grams of gold, and to pan through that much pay dirt and to only get that much gold, that disappointed me. I still liked them. I went on a buying spree from Grissom for a while there where I would just buy them. I wouldn't review them. I'd just buy them and just pan it out because I liked their gold. Again, Georgia gold. It's got that pretty shiny gold. I like the place. I like the people there. But yeah, it's really a hit and miss. Sometimes you get more gold than others. Like I said, I've gotten 60% return. I've gotten 50% return. I've gotten 100% return. Yeah, it's just a crapshoot with them, but I like them. All right, next up is Vendetta Prospecting, and they go up there in the great tier as well because, again, I've bought from them several times. He's another one of those that guarantees gold, and he always delivers. Always in that 80% to 90% range as far as return. A lot of different varieties of gold, a lot of different varieties of pay dirt, like his stuff. So yeah, he's definitely up there in the greatest tier. So next up is Northern Nevada Gold. I've only bought this one time. I think I bought a half a gram guaranteed, and I definitely got a half a gram guaranteed. I think I got about a 70% return, so I will put them in the really good category. I'll put them behind all these other guys though. But yeah, I did enjoy that pay dirt. The only downfall I did not like about the pay dirt was it came in a bag, just an itty bitty little bag. I panned that stuff out in like 30 seconds. It was just not a lot of pay dirt. So yeah, I put them in the really good category. So we got 3 left. The next one up is TNR Prospecting, and this is the one I just put on my YouTube channel. I just reviewed it. They go up there because I got about a 1 gram bag guaranteed. It's Georgia gold. I think it was 2 pounds of pay dirt. I got, what did I get? 1.483 grams of gold, almost a gram and a half. And I got 105% return on investment. So even though I've only bought them once, to get over 100% return is excellent. They deserve to be at the very top because they delivered the first time around. It was that pretty flaky Georgia gold. So yeah, they deserve to be up there at one of the greatest. We got 2 left. Ignore the turkey. The turkey was an icon that accidentally got put on there. We'll just go ahead and throw the turkey right here down there at the terrible because it shouldn't be there. So the next one up is Miss Chemison's, or the Blue Tundra Pay Dirt. This is another one I've bought several from, at least 7 bags, 6, 7 bags from him. They definitely go up into the greatest. As a matter of fact, they're going right behind Gold Bay. He's always delivered really good pay dirt. Another one of those guaranteed pay dirt bags where you guaranteed an X amount of gold. He has a claim all the way in Alaska. I'm always getting my pay dirt in a good time frame. Like, it doesn't take forever. It takes less than a week usually when I buy pay dirt from him. Another reason why I like him is because he had gotten in contact with me and asked me if I wanted some of his cons that he thought about selling and if I would like a sample bag of it. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And yeah, he just sent me some pay dirt that had a ton of gold in it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do a video on that here shortly. I'm working on that right now, but just always great pay dirt. There's not really a downfall. The gold is weird in Alaska. There's a lot of oxidization, a lot of stuff on it. But besides that, every time I've bought from him, I've gotten exactly what he guaranteed, plus a little more, around that 80%, 80 to 90% return range. So yeah, love his pay dirt. Okay, last but not least, we have Yukon Alley. Now, I just got hers about a month ago, and she's not going into terrible. No, she's not going in below average. She is going, she's really good. All right, I'll stop. Best pay dirt I've done up to this point in my pay dirt review career. For about the past 4 months, I've been trying to buy her pay dirt, and it was always sold out. Now I know why. Because once she was selling pay dirt, I bought, I think, a 3-gram guaranteed bag. I got 4 grams of gold. I got like 120 something % return on investment. I got so excited and loved it so much, I immediately got on her website and bought another one and panned it the day I got it. And again, 100 and whatever %. Not as good as the first one, but still well over 3 grams. And I was on my way to buy a third bag, but she sold out again. So man, she is by far better. Even if Miners Depot was still around, much better. After buying it and after seeing that she's now sold out, I get it now. She sells out for a reason, and that's because she produces the best pay dirt that I've ever panned, ever. For her to put that much gold in her pay dirt bags, yeah, she set herself apart from a lot of pay dirt companies. And yeah, she's the reigning champ as far as I'm concerned. And I can't wait till she gets another one out. I literally check her website daily to see if she's put any out. Yeah, Yukon Alley, she is by far the greatest pay dirt that I have ever reviewed. And I can't wait to edit and put out the second one, because I haven't even shown you guys that one yet. And it's just as good as the first. Kudos to you, Yukon Alley. You got the best one out there. The rest, I think I got them in the order that I like, because, you know, I'm starting this from the greatest and doing it all in order. Since Miners Depot's no longer in the mix, it would be Yukon, Gold Bay, Miss Chemison's, Gold Nugget Sales, Vendetta, TNR. This group right here, this group of 5, they're really close to each other. I could put this in front, I could put any of these in front of each other, and it would not be wrong. So anyway, yeah, Yukon, then Miss Chemison's, Gold Bay, Gold Nugget Sales, Vendetta, TNR, then Irwin's, Big Texas, Black Mass, which I have not shown on my YouTube channel yet, but that's coming out soon. Bering Sea Gold, Sold for Gold, Northern Nevada. Then in the good category, you got Chrism, Indiana Pay Dirt, Sluice Boy, Clash, Average, Kenai, K&K, or Andy K's K-Dirt, Prospector's Golden Gems, the California Motherlode, Below Average, GPAA, Paystreak, Prospecting, J&J Gold. And then the terrible ones are the AU Alchemist, Montana Prospectors, Golden Pay Dirt, and Better Pans. Those are the bottom 4. That's kind of unfair to AU Alchemists to put them in that category, because these are really terrible, and I would put them below average. They're the last of the below average, so we'll switch that. There it is, guys. There's my list of pay dirts that I have done since I've started doing this, and this is how I ranked them in my Tiermaker. Fun, huh? So there you have it, guys. My first ever Tiermaker thing of all the gold pay dirts that I've done up to this point. And like I said, a couple of them I didn't get too in detailed with, just because I haven't put them on YouTube yet. But I'm sure everybody has a different opinion on what I put out there. That is just my opinion, my experience from what I've panned, what I've I've gotten. I kind of rated it on how much pay dirt I get, how much gold I get, how quick the deliveries are, if you're being lied to, if they're a deceiving pay dirt company, that kind of stuff. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed doing it. It took me forever to figure out how to do it, but I enjoyed doing it. I hope to do that again sometime. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I appreciate everybody who watched this. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like button, share button. I also want to give a shout out to all 1,000 of my subscribers, because I hit, as I was doing this video, I hit 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. I really do appreciate it. I'm in disbelief that I actually hit 1,000 subscribers, to be honest with you. But yeah, I absolutely appreciate it. And if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a dime, helps my channel out. Also hit the like button, the share button, notification bell. That way every time I put out a new video, you guys will be the first to know about it. And until next time, this is Heath saying happy Super Bowl day, because I did this during the Super Bowl. And until next time, I will see you. Peace and love, and bye.